Good morning, traders. Welcome back to our live analysis. My name is Zanawi, the Chief Market Analyst at Cherizon Waves, and today is on the 7th of September, and I want to take you through our analysis and what we see in the market on the major pairs and gold. So we need to start with British pound against US dollar. And if you remember on our long-term analysis, we were bullish on this pair from when it was completing wave B. And the market has so far moved from when we completed B, it's moved so far. So the highest it went was around 270 pips. So we had a breakout on this trend line, the first one and the second one. And so today we were expecting this wave 4 to complete before we resume to a bullish move to complete a major wave 3. And today it's important for us to identify or at least see if we have any different view, because this move has taken some time, it's taken quite some time, and could possibly not be a major wave 3. So our other view would be if we have a channel touching the start and 2. So from the start and wave 2, and we have another one at the top at the end of 1. We can see this wave 3 ended at exactly the channel. So in this case, if this happens, then what we'll be looking at is the possibility of this move being a correction and not an impulse. And we will be waiting for bearish moves in the case where this move is a correction. So we will have, this is how we will expect it to play out. We'll have WX and Y. And then we will start seeing some bearish moves after a breakout from this channel, probably back to the lowest point. So if that happens, then we will pull another channel from A all the way to Y and on B. So let me get this right. Yeah, just like that. So if that happens, then we will see this move going as low as this, probably to touch this trend line. But if that does not happen, then we'll remain with a bullish move, as we now expect just a wave 4. And then afterwards, we will see the market push higher. So we will have a channel here, and just project where wave 4 will end. So we can project it using the fib levels or a channel. So whichever is suitable for you. And channels are more effective. And it would be best if you combine both. So we will wait for wave 4 to complete, and then we will look for bullish moves to complete this wave 5 and wave 3. So if you're looking to trade this pair, then you should wait for a breakout on the channel above, not below. So above, and you can take your buy position from the top here. This invalidation level will then be moved from where we have set it to now the top of minor wave 1, because now with minor wave 4 cannot go beyond the top of minor wave 1. So that means that this invalidation level will be moved here. So we'll move stops to this new level. So let me just try that for the premium PDF. So let me just try to move stops here. Sorry. Stop. So that's what we expect on the bullish view. So in the case where we have a breakout above, then this is the level that we will take our buy positions after wave 4 and if the setup has not invalidated. Okay, so that is our view on GBPUSD. The next pair is AUDUSD. So of course we have been bullish. If you look at the long-term analysis, we have been bullish from when this reversal happened, and we've been holding buy positions all the way. And today we have a wave 4 currently in play. So this was yesterday. The arrow was drawn yesterday, and currently this wave 4 is almost complete. So let's delete that. So this wave 4, we can use a channel. So the channel pull from A, and you can see it has broken below. That does not mean that we should sell. We're not selling this because we expect this move to be bullish and actually break this trend line and actually continue being bullish for quite some time. So in a case where the channel has been invalidated, we will use this fib levels, and wave 4 retraces wave 3 by 38.2%, and in some cases up to 50%. So wave 4, let me just set this right. Yeah, so wave 4 is currently at 38.2%. So we should expect price to bounce back from this level. So we should expect it to bounce off from this level between 38.2 and 50.0. So what we will be waiting for is for this pair to break out from, this trend line. So let's wait for wave 4 to complete, and then once the market breaks out from this channel, from this trend line, then we can take buy positions, and we can start projecting the end of minor wave 5 and hence the end of a major wave 3. So the invalidation level is currently at the minor 1 because minor 4 cannot go beyond at the top of wave 1. So we will be buying this pair once the market reverses from this zone and breaks out from this trend line. Then we can take our buy positions from this wave. And this is actually just a wave ABC. So A, B, and C. And that completes for the correction, so 3 waves. So wait for the breakout and take the buy position. So the next pair is NZDUSD, so New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. And as I've stated before, that NZDUSD and AUDUSD are positively correlated. So the structures are almost always the same. And you can see that this pair is also on a wave 4, just like AUDUSD. And we also have a trend line running from the end of 3, touching wave B. And the only time we'll take this trade is once wave 4 completes and breaks out from this trend line. Currently, the market has also broken a trend line here. And because we had a breakout, we'll start waiting for this as a retest, and then we can take our buy positions all the way to wave 5. Wave 5 in this case might be equal to wave 1. After completion of this 5-wave sequence, we would see the market give us a bigger pullback to complete a major wave 2. So this will complete a major 1. The correction will then complete a major wave 2. So if you're going to trade this pair, then your target should be equal to wave 1. So wave 1 was around 160 pips, I think. Yeah. So around 160 pips. So you can move this to at the end of wave 4. So if you're going to trade wave 5, your target, the safest target would be around this level. Now that is it on this pair. So I can just delete this. So wait for wave 4 to complete and then take buy positions if we get a breakout from this trend line. So the next pair on our watch list is EURUSD. So if you're noticing something, all these pairs so far are all on a minor wave 4 or a major wave 4. And that means that if you're in the market today, you should not be selling these pairs because these are just corrections and they might not last long. And so then, of course, corrections are not that profitable. So as we wait for wave 4, we have a channel, and then we expect wave 4 to touch 38.2 before we resume for bullish moves. So our zone for wave 4 will be between 38.2% and 50% of wave 3. So wave 4 is just a correction, so we expect it to play out in 3 waves. So A, B, and wave C. So this move will complete wave 4. So with the channels, so we expect it to touch the channel and also touch the zone before we see the market turning bullish, and we can trade wave 5. On the long-term analysis, you can clearly see that this pair is set to move even higher. So to break out this channel at the trend line, I mean, all the way to this level. So this will be our long-term target for EURUSD. So this is our long-term target for EURUSD. This trend line, which is a channel from the weekly analysis from last year. Yeah. So for now, we will just be trading. If you're an intraday trader, you would be trading this wave 5, then wait for a pullback, trade wave 3 all the way. So let's wait for wave 4 to complete before we can start buying. So the next pair on our watch list is USDCHF, and I have been telling you that USDCHF is negatively correlated to EURUSD. So we have a bullish move on EURUSD, and then what we have on USDCHF is a bearish move, so USD Swiss franc. So currently we have this structure. There has been a very complex correction that is still in play, and the only reason why we're still looking for the possibility of bearish moves is because from the end of C, this was an impulse, and then this was a bearish impulse. So after this correction, we also expect a bearish impulse in line with this move. So we have impulse, correction, impulse. So we're waiting for this pair to break out from this structure below, and then we can take sell positions from the breakout all the way to this other breakout, and then we can hold long term, because on the long term analysis, if you remember, then we're bearish on this pair for quite some time. So the current move is a correction, which we can label as A, B, and C. It's a contracting flat. So after the breakout, we can look to sell. So our sell positions should be positioned around wave B. Then once the market breaks out from this, we can move stops to C and all the way. So it might be risky to sell now, but if we get a bearish flag here, then we can be good to go with a sell position. So that is it on this pair. That is it on USD-CHF. So bearish only after a breakout from this trend line. So after this breakout, then we expect this breakout. There will be a very high possibility of this trend line to be broken. So the next pair on our watch list is US dollar against the Canadian dollar. And let me just change to a lower time frame, like 1 hour. Yeah, so you can see more details on this pair. So we have been selling this pair, and on the long-term analysis, this is just a major correction that is happening now. So this is still part of a complex correction. So you can see W currently playing its wave X. So Yesterday we thought it should move higher, but we had a small correction. Then it's now moving higher. So the zone that we're looking at is between 50.0 and 61.8 because it's the second wave of the correction. So in this case, the current move is just an ABC correction. So let me just label that. So from the A, we have wave B, and we have wave C to complete X, after which we can look to short for wave Y, which is we're targeting 61.8% of the previous impulse that we had on this side. So just change to 4H so I can show you. So I can show you that impulse that we're correcting now. So we have a correction of that impulse. Okay, just a moment. It's taking too long to load. Yes. So we're correcting. We're in a correction for this impulse. So this correction is for this impulse that ended at 5 here. So the whole move from when it started all the way to that wave 5, that is the correction that we are currently seeing in play. So the correction should at least retrace up to 61.8, which is now this level. So that is what we expect in USD CAD. So the next pair that we're looking at is USD yen, and this pair has also been in a deep correction and a bit complicated for some people. But looking at our analysis from the previous days, we of course expected this triangle, and it completed here. We started shorting. We had a breakout here, but the market pulled back in. But right now we have this correction that we anticipate for a breakout below, so that we can take short positions. So in this pair, we will be looking at the possibility of a breakout, and then we can take our sell positions from this level, and then we can target this channel, or we can target here. So if it's a sharp correction, then it will touch the channel here. But if it be a complex wave C, then we will see the market, correcting all the way until it touches the channel from this place. So until then, let's just wait for a breakout, take the short positions, put our target at around this level, and then if it becomes complex here, then we can move our targets down here to the end of wave 4. But on the long-term analysis, we are still, so just remember that this is part of the correction, but the long-term view is still bullish. So the next pair is the DXY, which is the index that we have been following, and it's currently on a -4, just like EURUSD, just like USDCHF. So nothing much here, just a wave 4 playing out, after which it will give us entries for the sell position on EURUSD and the buy position on the buy position on EURUSD, sorry, and the sell position on USDCHF. So this is what we expect on this pair. We just expect it to pull back to complete on this channel, and then a wave 3 to complete, a wave 5 to complete wave 3, and then a major correction before we can again be bearish. And all this means that USD is bearish. That means USD is getting weaker, and so we should position ourselves for buy positions on EURUSD and sell positions on USDCHF. So it's important that we watch how the market plays out today on this index, because then we can have precise entries on on the two pairs that I've stated. So the next thing that we're looking at, so of course we can see ABC, it's complete 4. So the next one is gold. Gold. So gold might be a bit complicated today because wave 5 might be completing. So I'll just delete this. So of course we are still in profits, but I think it would be advisable to close the buy positions that we have currently, and instead our focus should be brought back to the possibility that wave 5 completed here and that a correction is starting. So if you look at the long-term analysis, I stated that this could be a wave A, and then the move that is currently happening will be a wave B, a major wave B. So to support this, I think that our view would be the possibility of having a triangle here, complete 4, and then a wave 5 that has completed here. So I'm just changing it to a lower degree. So there is this possibility that after this move, we expect wave B to start playing out. So as soon as the market goes beyond this wave 4, then we should know that we're correcting the entire move up to 61.8%. So I'll just set that for you. So from the start here, so just pull the fib levels from here all the way to the top. So, and of course the fib levels should be as accurate as possible. So this is what we expect, because this will be a wave B. So we should expect this pair to play out. We have A and B here. For wave C, of course, will be bullish. So I think we're, to this place, complete a regular flat. So it would not be advisable for you to short this pair now. It is not advisable. Let's wait for this wave B to play out, and then afterwards we can look to go long for this wave C, which of course will be okay with us. Sorry about that. So so that is it on gold. So for now we can close our buy positions, wait for the pullback for B, and then check long positions for wave C and Y and X to complete a regular flat. So most of these pairs don't have opportunities as of now, but maybe in the evening or tomorrow, wave 4 will complete it in the pairs that have wave 4 playing out, and then we will have opportunities to buy short-term complete minor wave 5s. So be on the watch out to see how the market will play out, how wave 4 will complete, and how you can possibly catch wave 5 from the lowest point possible or after the breakouts. And that is it from me on our analysis today. Thank you, and see you again tomorrow for our live analysis.